Hey guys, welcome to the All Sports Pass Podcast North. My name is Eli. I am your host, and welcome to the kickoff edition of Winner Pick Wednesday. And I have to say, I can't believe Winner Pick Wednesday is back. And hey, but before we get into this, you already know we got to start off with the verse of the day. And today's verse comes from John 8:12, and it says, again, Jesus spoke to them, saying, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Amen to that. And also, guys, I just want to say thank you for being patient with the lack of uploads. Recently, I've just had some stuff going on. And, of course, also, if you noticed how I use my first name, it's because I feel like I'm comfortable enough now to where I can say my first name. So, yeah, so just keep in mind this is the new intro from now on. But before we get in this video, keep in mind these are my predictions. These are what I think is going to happen during week one of the high school football season for East Tennessee. And if y'all like this video, give it a like, subscribe for more Winner Pick Wednesdays. And without further ado, let's begin. So for week one, of course, this is of course the start. You got Gibbs facing Union County, and here's what I say. For Gibbs, they're coming into this season. They are, losing some key players. Of course, most notable, Boone Brockwell. He set two records during this season. Set a record for most touchdowns in a season and most touchdowns in a game, which, hold on, let me pull it up. Now, the most touchdowns in a game were 6, and he had 30 touchdowns in a season. And, of course, you also don't have Wyatt West on defense anymore as these two graduated. You also have so many good players on this team that from last season that are not on this team. Let me rewind. Yeah, some players from last season who are not on this team this season. But however, the Gibbs coaches seem to be a bit optimistic. Gibbs did seem to find their quarterback this season, of course, being Warren Axton. And so you also have the fact that Warren did play in 3 games for Gibbs last season. And it's interesting to see what he can do in his first and only full season with Gibbs as Warren is a senior. But however, Gibbs here, it says this on the 2024 KFL preview. I'm just using a little pamphlet here. For Gibbs, it says, we feel good about the progress we have made as a team this year. Our off-season workouts have been great, and we return a lot of players which have experience. And, of course, you get to put your skills to the test here, of course, week one against Union County. Oh, wait, I forgot to mention, this segment is sponsored by 2 people. And for this sponsor here is PJ's Barbershop. They're located on 3544 Neal Drive, Suite 101, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37918. Call Pam at 865-548-0749 to schedule an appointment, or call Jackie at 865-243-5291 to schedule an appointment. And hey, they do a really great job cutting hair, and it's at an affordable price in my opinion. So I'd go check them out, but keep in mind it's appointment only. So go ahead and schedule. So go ahead and schedule if you need a haircut or know someone who does. And the next sponsor is Sierra Lynn Photography. Sierra has recently gotten into photography, and of course, I really think it's cool to really promote her on here as well. And if you want to schedule a session, hold on, let me move this here. If you want to schedule, if you want to schedule a session, DM her on Instagram at Sierra_343 or SierraLynn.photos on Instagram to schedule a session. And all right, let's get back to the Gibbs segment. So for Gibbs, of course, they're coming off a 9-3 season. They're looking to get past second round of the playoffs. Of course, the last 2 years, their season ended in the second round of the playoffs against Greenville. And Greenville, of course, is really a tough team. Now, talking the fact that now they're, of course, one game away from going back to the state championship game for the first time since 2018. But, however, Upperman beat them. But I do think that of course this game here should be a bit of a warm up for both these teams. Really, Union County. Union County went 3-8 last season, and they lost to Gibbs last season 56-6, and their three wins were at Claiborne, which was a 28-26 win in overtime. Then they beat Cosby the next week, which was a 38-16 win, and then of course they had a string of losses until they got to Scott, where they won 22-20. And then they made the first round of the playoffs against Gatlinburg Pittman, but they lost 70-0. And now I do think that really for right here, I just think that Union County, it's going to really, there's been a lot of social media war, I guess you could say, against Gibbs and Union County. But I will say this, that I think Gibbs, of course, from what I've heard from like a lot of the players, are coming into this game a bit confident for this game. And I really think that Gibbs is going to win this one. And also, speaking of Gibbs, I also want to list as a notable returner. You have Brady Hughes, Lane Patterson, and Seth Sieber. So many others on this team. John Caldwell, Levi Allison, Quest Sharp. And here, hold on a minute. Let me, some of these guys here. Warren Axon, like I said, Maddox Brackfield, and Hunter Carnes, Preston McLean, Trey Foster, and yeah, you also have Kason Beach as well back, and Noah Fry. So I really think for Gibbs, this is going to be a win for them, I think. So I'm going to give this one to Gibbs. All right, and then the next game, it's Fulton at Central. This is a rivalry game here, and this is one that I'm really ready to hear about. And of course, for Central on the kickoffs 2024 preseason All-Stars, they have Daniel Sackey, a wide receiver DB, and then of course Fulton has Derek Smith Jr., who's a wide receiver and DB for Fulton. And this game here, I'm expecting big things of. The fact that, this is a big rivalry game, it's the Battle of Broadway. And Fulton lost this game last season by a score of 53-20, I believe. Sorry, guys. I didn't have it pulled up there. But I believe that was the score. So I'm just gonna check for confirmation, and
we're making a big change to Reese's peanut butter cups.
Sorry, guys. Looks like I'm gonna have to cut that part out. So, yeah, but hey, I will say this though, that for this game, I just think that heading in here, yes, it was a 53-20 loss, but I will say this, that it's going to be a bit more, it's a new season, new beginning. I think that Central, but here's how I think Central, honestly, these two teams have new head coaches, so it's going to be, I think this game's going to be a toss-up, really. So, really, we're going to have to wait till the end of week one for this one. So, I'm just going to wait for this one. Now, Fulton, they're looking to get back into the playoff. They're looking to get back into, I guess you could say, not having to play Greenville round one for 3 years in a row. And Central, of course, they're trying to, they're coming off a 5-6 season. And yeah, so that's really what we got going on there. And yeah, now, of course, for week 3, and also, guys, I just want to say this. For that ad there, I am not sponsored by Reese's. It just popped up for a reason. My volume did not go down. But, yeah, so I'm not sponsored by Reese's. Just wanted to let y'all know that. All right, and then the next game, you got Halls at Campbell County. And for this game here, Halls has some notable returners that I'm gonna name off here real quick. And of course, they have Marcus Moore, Mari Lethgo, Landon Vest, Drew Ross, Gabe Holmes, and Hunter Toney, Lincoln Stalcup, Nathan Martin, Don Kelp, and Brody Rogers, of course. And now, heading in here, you also have the fact that here, hold on. Let me try to get this guy's name, because the source I had did not list his name. Really. So let me get this right quick. Jarrell Chandler is, of course, coming back. Now, the offensive line from last year's team pretty much all graduated, so it's going to be a bit of a different look for Halls this year. And Campbell County, of course, they lost a bunch of players. Of course, from what I heard, most of these players from Campbell County transferred to Anderson County. So we're going to take a look at really what we can do. But we're going to talk about more about that later on. But for Campbell County, they also have a new coach, and it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. But, yeah, so let's take a look at this one. Now, of course, for this one, I'm going to say this. I think Halls is going to win this one, so I'm going to give this one to Halls. Next game, Carter at Sevier County, and Carter also has some notable returners, which I'm going to list here. They have Judd Taylor, Hayden Warwick, Tucker Whiteley, L.A. Rogers, Isaiah Monday, Gabe Dennis, Brody Sparks, Jody Scruggs, Brody Martin, and, of course, they also have a transfer from Austin East, DeCorion Brown, and it's very nice to see what all these guys can do this season now. Carter came off a 43-20 loss to Sevier County a year ago, and it's going to be interesting to see what Carter can do heading into this season. Now, Sevier County was really good last season, but I really do think that, for Sevier County, it's going to see what they can do this season, but I'm going to say that I think I'm going to stay with the Carter predictions video, and I think I'm going to give this one to Sevier County, so sorry, Carter, but I'm afraid that I just think Sevier County is going to win this one. All right, and then the next game, it's going to be Austin East versus William Blount. And also, guys, on the Austin East video, I said Shane Cherry was coming back. Well, unfortunately, a couple weeks after I made that video, Shane Cherry announced he was transferring to an academy in Florida to play basketball. So, unfortunately, they don't have him. Then Condis Cherry left as well. He transferred to Alcoa. So Austin East doesn't have these players. So, of course, they have Juwan Troutman back at QB. Excuse me. And, of course, for Austin East, they also have a new coach. And they also have Quentin Calhoun, senior. They have Juwan Troutman is a senior. And they also have so many others as well. And they also have Mike Gladney, who's a senior as well. And so it's going to be interesting to see what can happen for Austin East. Now, the first time since, they're trying to get more than 4 wins for the first time since 2019. 2020 went 0-10. 2021 they went 2-9, of course, with the first round playoff loss against Unicoi County. And then 2022 they went 3-8, of course, with the first round playoff loss against Chucky Doak. And then 2023, they went up. If I said 2023 on the Chucky Doak, it was 2022. I think I said 2022, but I just want to make sure. But for Austin East, they also, in the 2023 playoffs, they played Unicoi County, where they won 48-43. And then they lost to the eventual state champion of 3A, Alcoa. And let me tell you this. Alcoa is a powerhouse at 3A, of course. Oh, speaking of, Austin East went 4-8 this year. Alcoa is a powerhouse in 3A, so they won the title 9 times in a row. So, and they're favored to win it the 10th time. So here's what I'm going to say. Just give Alcoa the trophy already if Alcoa is going to win it for the 10th time in a row. But you never know. It's high school football. Anything can happen. But, hey, for this one here, William Blount, they're coming off a pretty successful season. They went 6-4, but however, they missed the playoffs. And let me tell you this, that for William Blount, I just think that, William Blount is going to win this one here. Now, I do think that Austin East, and also, guys, here, I'm also wanting y'all to make a note that most of these Week 1 games are mostly toss-ups, but I just think this. I think William Blount should be able to win this one. And also, speaking of William Blount, they're going to be covered on the All Sports Pass Podcast West channel. So I know I mentioned it a few times, but if y'all want the link to the West channel, let me know. And, yeah. All right, and here we go. time for our Week 1 game of the week, Powell at Anderson County. And for those who don't know, this game here is really a big rivalry because, Powell and Anderson County are so close together. And this is a rivalry Thursday game as well, so it's going to be on TV, and I can't wait to watch it. And for Powell, they have Connor Wheeler, they have Fabi Naiwa. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, Fab. They also have Abu Kefir, Charvon Thomas, Adrian Darty. They have Jonte Dunn and Aiden Gomez. And I really think that Anderson County, of course, they don't have, some of their players from last year, but they do have players from from Campbell County, like I said. Most notable is Landon Hensley, who was quarterback of Campbell County last year. Mavs are going to put him in at QB, and it's going to see what he can do, of course. And now, so for Anderson County, really this game's a toss-up, really. But I think I'm going to keep the pick on the schedule predictions video. I think I might go Powell on this one, simply because, hey, Powell is a tough team to beat no matter who you play. No matter who they play, they're a tough team to beat. So I'm going to give this one to Powell. And also, guys, here are the other scores that I plan on putting on in here. If y'all let me know what kind of scores y'all want down in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to put them in. And, yeah. And, all right, that's all I got for y'all tonight. If y'all like this video, leave a like, subscribe for more high school football content. And keep in mind, these are my predictions. And also, guys, I noticed that this isn't my best video. I'm a little rusty, but let me tell you this, that, hey, you're going to make mistakes sometimes. I will say that. So, yeah. All right, that's all I got for y'all tonight. So, peace out, God bless, and good night.